Welcome everybody to our Greene Acres. Are y'all like me and so excited for spring to get here? Well, until then, I'm going to be working on some decor pieces that I can refresh and bring into my home for the new spring season. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Okay, let's get started. The first project is this little cherub angel. Now, I always pick these up when I find them at the thrift store, and I got this one at Goodwill, and I only paid 99 cents for it. I'm going to just give it a couple of coats of white linen chalk paint. I'm going to add a little ragged pink bow to her hand, and that's all I'm going to do. I think this little angel turned out so cute. And this is a great time now that we can focus on a few design elements such as this little angel, and we can just easily refresh it with some color and a little bit of texture. Now we can add her to all of our little vignettes, and she adds such a special touch. Another fun project that I worked on were these candlesticks. Now I got these at Dollar General, and these were in the fall clearance section, and I got them for 90% off. So all of these candlesticks right here were less than $10. So I'm just going to give them a couple of layers of chalk paint, and I'm going to show you some great ways of how we can embellish candlesticks. I'm so excited to be featuring Redesign's new spring release transfers. These colors of these transfers are some that I've never seen before. They've got some beautiful muted pinks and some blues that they've added this year, and I think they're going to be great additions to our projects. I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree hearts. I'm just going to go over them with some white chalk paint, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to add some of these beautiful transfers to these, and we can make some great embellishments for our candlesticks. All you want to do when you get your transfers is you want to take the white backing off, place it on your project, and apply it with the little tool that they give you, and it's as easy as that. And if you want to add a top sealer to your project, you absolutely can. You can use DIY liquid patina, you can use Mod Podge, or you can use a spray clear sealer. But I just applied a couple of the beautiful pink transfers to the hearts, and then I'm going to show you if you don't want to use hearts, you can use just about any design that you want, whatever you have on hand. But this is just a metal tag that I got at Dollar Tree. I also painted it white, and this comes from another set of the transfers. I'm going to have all the transfers that I use in today's video linked down below. So if you want some beautiful transfers for some of your spring and your summer projects, I highly recommend these. Always on the lookout for some realistic, beautiful faux flowers to stage with, and also to use, in my home for all the seasons. Amazon a lot of times has a lot of great options, and a lot of times I go out and I do a lot of research, and I read a lot of reviews to see what is the best buy. So I try to bring products along to y'all that I've purchased and that I love. These roses right here are very realistic looking, so if you're looking for some beautiful roses to set out for spring and summer, I highly recommend these, and these will be linked in my Amazon store. Another beautiful decor piece that I just received from Amazon is this little cheapy swan. I have been wanting a swan for a long time, and I've been looking at thrift stores so I could just make over one, but I have not run across one yet, so I went on and ordered this one on Amazon. It doesn't look as cheapy on Amazon than when you get it, but this is what mine looks like. But I absolutely love the cheapiness of this swan. So another great product that I'm going to put out for spring and summer, and I want to share it with y'all. So if y'all are interested in, a decor piece to set out with, in your vignettes, this one right here I think makes a great addition. Now I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to upcycle a metal floral bucket vase. And I'm also going to use some of the new transfers on this product just to show you how well you can apply these to items like this. Anytime I see these, I pick them up. This one I got at a yard sale for $1. Dollar Tree a lot of times will carry this, you know, in their spring and summer collection also. So all I'm going to do is I taped off the bottom because I'm going to leave the bottom black, and then I just gave it a couple layers of chalk paint. I'm going to remove the tape, and now I've got a really crisp edge along the bottom. Now I looked through the transfers and I found one that I thought would fit perfect on this little bucket vase because it's got, you know, the design of it is long. So it'll go down the front of this bucket and I think it'll fit perfect. So I'm going to apply it, and like I've always told y'all, if you are applying transfer to a fresh painted piece, always make sure your paint is completely dry before you add your transfer, or you will need to add a sealer first. If not, your transfer can lift up your paint. So I don't want y'all to, you know, have to go an extra step and mess up your transfer. So I think this right here turned out so pretty on this, and now we've got a great piece that we can add some really pretty spring and summer florals to. I don't know about y'all, but I love Dollar General and I love their home decor. Our Dollar General always has some of the prettiest decor pieces, and I picked this crate up last year and I paid $14 for it. I've enjoyed it, the natural color of it, but now I'm going to paint it white and I'm going to refreshen it, and I'm just going to brighten it up for spring because I want to use some of these new transfers on it. And that's what I do. When I get transfers, I just kind of look around at some of the items in decor that I already have in my home and how I can just take those items, recycle them and refresh them, stick a transfer on them, and you've got a whole new piece. This one right here fit perfectly on the front of my crate. I just went over my crate with a couple of coats of white linen chalk paint. I'm going to go around with a sanding block, and I'm going to distress a little bit of the edges just to bring a little bit more of that wood grain back out. Now, when you work on a surface like this, just always make sure to work in the cracks first. Make sure your transfer is laying flat, and then just apply it using your little tool, and it's as easy as that. I thought this transfer right here was the perfect transfer for this piece. Now just go around the edges. I'm going to just give it a little bit of distressing, and now this will make a great piece that I can use for spring and summer.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet.
Another piece that I wanted to make and add to my home for spring decor was a rag wreath. I love making these, but y'all know these are a labor of love. If you've ever made a rag wreath, you know you're gonna need a ton of fabric. You're gonna need to pull it in strips, and then you're just gonna keep tying. It is not a hard project to do, but like I told y'all, it is a labor of love, because just when you think you've got enough strips and you've got it covered, you've got to rip and you've got to cut some more. But I started on this in the morning and I had it done by lunchtime. You just feel like it takes a long time. But I just took a Dollar Tree heart form, but you can use a round form or any size form that you want. But I thought being a heart shaped, I leave hearts out all year long, and especially being around Valentine's, I thought the heart would be beautiful. So I'm just taking some fabric that I already had on hand. I used a couple of pillow shams that I was no longer using, and a lot of times bed sheets make the best fabric to use. It goes a long way and it's very budget friendly. So you just want to cut them in strips, and I always like to cut mine extra long because when you're tying, it just makes it so much easier. I just removed the tinsel from this little Dollar Tree form, and then I went around and I clipped off those little tabs, and that way it just makes your ribbon just cover your form a little bit easier. And you just tie them on. I didn't go in any kind of form or fashion. I just kind of grabbed one because it's a rag wreath and you're not going to be able to tell. So, but you can, style yours or tie yours on in any kind of color theme that you want. But I went with 3 different colors of fabric, but I did stay in the neutral family. Once you get all of your ties tied on, then you just want to go around. And of course, since we were working with a heart form, we want to shape it because you'll want to go around and kind of shape it so it'll look like a heart. And then you just want to, cut off any kind of strings that you may have, and that's all you've got to do. And now we've got a beautiful wreath that we can put out for spring and summer. And actually this wreath is neutral, so I feel like it can be left out all year long. And I love working on upcycled projects. This is a project that I worked on in the wintertime for Christmas. I put a Christmas stencil on it, and now I've got the back. So I can do something else now with the same project, but just turn it around. And that's what I always try to encourage y'all. You usually have a front and a back. So if you're not going to see the back or the front when you put it out on display, you've got 2 sides. So I'm just going to take another one of these beautiful new transfers that I just received. I'm going to apply it, and I thought this was so springy and summery with the little butterflies. I'm going to add another piece of a transfer that's got some French wording on it, and then I'm just going to add a little vintage little bow to it. I'm just going to use a little piece of doily and some lace, and that's all it is to it. And now we've got a great piece that was just made out of a piece of scrap wood that I painted. In a recent shopping trip to Goodwill, I scored this little scrap wood piece. And in the video, I was telling y'all that you can always use little embellishments on pieces like this. Even though you may not like the project piece, these little embellishments right here were definitely worth $1.99. But I actually liked this little piece, and I had a vision for it. And like you can see, I paid $1.99 for it, and I think Blue Tag was half off that day. I'm going to remove the little embellishment for now. I'm going to refresh it with some fresh paint. It had a good paint job on it, but they only put 1 coat on it, so it was a little thin. So I just went over and thickened it up, and I left some of the distressing around the edges as much as I could, but I did go back with my sanding block and brought some more of it out. Now I'm adding these beautiful pink transfers. The thing I love about these new spring releases, these have some colors that I have never seen in transfers before, and I love color transfers. But this pink right here is absolutely beautiful, and it just screams spring. Now with some hot glue, I just applied my little embellishment back, and now I feel like we've got a really cute little piece that I only paid $1 for. We can set this out now in our spring vignettes, and it has such a beautiful detail. The little vintage card that I stuck in it, I have these linked in my Amazon store. You get a whole pack of different vintage designs. So if you're interested in those, I always leave a link to my Amazon store in a pinned comment and also in the description box. My next project is a fun one, and I've had this little bag for a couple of years, and I've never done anything with it, but it comes with this little cute bunny in the pocket. It's got a clear pocket on the front, and on the back it's plain. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of a way you can use a little burlap bag, but I'm going to take one of the transfers. I'm just trying to give you ideas and inspiration of how easy these transfers will apply to different surfaces, and it goes on fabric really well, and especially burlap, because the texture of burlap really adheres well to these transfers. But I added this to the back, so I've got another piece now that I can flip around. I've got two sides, so now I've got two options. Once I get tired of this side, I can flip it around and I can, display the other side. The other side, I just added a little vintage lady graphic that I got. It was a free download on the Graphics Fairy, and I use her a lot because I think she's absolutely beautiful, but I just printed her out and I put her in the little clear pocket. So now we got a cute little unique burlap bag. Y'all, we are coming toward the end of the video, and I tell you what, these little times with y'all, they fly, they go by fast. But until my next video, I wanted to let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all for coming over and watching. And I also wanted to throw in, I made another coffee filter wreath. In my previous video from last week, I made one in white. So the whole tutorial of how to make this wreath is over on that video, and I'm going to link it at the end of this one and also in my description box. So if you want to go out and see how to make this, it's so easy to make. But I just wanted to show you another option for the brown coffee filters. Make sure to go over and follow me on all the social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and also I'm on Pinterest. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and also make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Until my next video, y'all, I hope y'all have a great week. I love y'all, and I will see you again soon.